What if I told you one of Korea's most beloved comfort foods is made with spam, hot dogs, baked beans, ramen, American cheese, and kimchi, all in one pot? I know, it sounds less like a traditional Korean dish and more like a college student cleaning out the refrigerator. But somehow, it works. And not only it is delicious, it has one of the most fascinating and heartbreaking stories in Korean food history. Today, we are making 부대찌개, also known as army-based stew. And while I tell you the story behind it, we are going to make it using this meal kit I bought from Temu. Let's get started. So first things first, what exactly is 부대찌개? In Korean, 부대 means military base and 찌개 means stew. So the name literally translates to army-based stew. Not exactly the most appetizing name in the world. But once you learn the history behind it, the name makes perfect sense. To understand 부대찌개, we need to go back to the aftermath of the Korean War. The war ended in 1953. South Korea was devastated. Entire cities had been destroyed. Millions had lost their homes. Food was scarce, and people were simply trying to survive. Near US military bases in places like 의정부, Pyeongtaek, and Yongsan, locals began finding access to foods that were almost impossible to get elsewhere. Spam, hot dogs, sausages, bacon, canned beans. Foods that many Koreans had never seen before. These ingredients became known as 부대고기, literally military-based meat. But there was one problem. To many Koreans at the time, these foods tasted overly salty, greasy, and unfamiliar. So people did what Koreans do best. They improvised. They added kimchi, they added gochujang, they added vegetables, they added spice. And they threw everything into one pot. And just like that, one of Korea's first fusion foods was born. Speaking of convenience, today I'm making 부대찌개 using this meal kit from Temu. One thing I like about meal kits like this is that they save you from hunting down a long list of ingredients. Everything comes together in one package, which is perfect when you are craving Korean comfort food but don't feel like spending an hour shopping. Let's see what's inside. Okay, we've got the broth, the vegetables, the meats, basically everything we need. And the best part? I don't even need to prepare anything. Just bring it to a boil. Wait a few minutes, and that's pretty much it. Now, could I leave it exactly as it is? Yes. Will I? Absolutely not. I'm going to add extra cheese, because there is no such thing as too much cheese. Fight me in the comments. As South Korea's economy began recovering during the 1960s and 1970s, 부대찌개 slowly transformed from survival food into a restaurant favorite. One city began especially famous for it, 의정부. Even today, many Koreans consider 의정부 the birthplace of authentic 부대찌개. In fact, there's an entire street famous for 부대찌개 restaurants. Over time, the recipe kept evolving. People started adding ramen noodles, rice cakes, starch noodles, different kinds of sausages, more vegetables, and of course, more cheese. Okay, moment of truth. It smells incredible. Let's try it. You get the spicy kick from the kimchi and gochujang. The sausage and spam adds a smoky, salty flavor. Then the noodle absorbs all that broth. And somehow, despite all these completely random ingredients, it works. And if you're curious about this meal kit, I've included more information in the description below. Today, 부대찌개 is one of Korea's most beloved comfort foods. You'll find it everywhere. Restaurants, meal kits, frozen foods, instant noodles. Some Korean food companies even export 부대찌개's flavored products around the world. And that's what makes this dish so fascinating. What began as a meal created from hardship and scarcity has become a food enjoyed by millions. If you enjoyed learning the story behind Korean food, make sure to subscribe. Thank you for watching.